Hello, friends. This past week, our niece sent us some tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. And there's nothing better than these just to slice them and eat them, as we all remember. But this one was ripened, vine ripened. And you know how good those taste? Oh, man, there's nothing like that. Because they've been attached to the vine and they've got all this good flavor in them. There was another one, and it's turning now, but when we first got it, it was green, and so it's not a vine ripened, but it's going to be edible in just a few days. So I wanted to show you those, and then I started reading. The reason I'm talking about this, because I found out in Galatians I was reading about the fruit of the Holy Spirit. Well, did you know that tomatoes are a fruit? They can also be a vegetable, but they're a fruit because they have seeds. And so as I began to read this passage in Galatians, which I'm going to read to you now, it says Galatians, this is 5:23 through 22 through 23. It says, the fruit of the Spirit is love, it's joy, it's peace, it's long-suffering, it's kindness, it's goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. And as I read it again, it was like the Lord said, look at the first part of that. And it is the fruit of the Spirit. It's not fruit from my human flesh, but it's the fruit of the Holy Spirit that's in me, that's love, joy, peace, and all this list of things. And it's, as I began to think about that, sometimes we try to do things out of our flesh, but people know it. If you really, like, you're going to love somebody, but you really don't love them, that is coming from your flesh. But because we have Jesus, and if we tune in to the Holy Spirit within us and ask the Holy Spirit to bring forth His fruit for people that He brings in our lives, it can be really powerful. So I wanted to read, as we close, this particular passage in the Message Bible. And I think it will bless you. It blessed me. But the whole point in all of this is that, just like Jesus said, we have got to abide in the vine. We've got to abide in the things of God and the Holy Spirit in our relationship with Jesus and His Word. So then the Message Bible says, but what happens when we live God's way? He brings gifts into our lives, much the same way that fruit appears in an orchard. Things like affection for others, exuberance about life, serenity. We develop a willingness to stick with things, a sense of compassion in the heart, and a conviction that a basic holiness permeates things and people. We find ourselves involved in loyal commitments, not heeding to force our way in life, able to marshal and direct our energies wisely. Legalism is helpless in bringing this about. It only gets in the way. Among those who belong to Christ, everything connected with getting our own way and mindlessly responding to what everyone else calls necessities is killed off for good. It's crucified. So the whole point is that we want to allow the Holy Spirit to ripen us because we are connected with Him, and then the fruit that He operates through us is going to be so refreshing. Have a great week.